What's going on, everybody? It's Monday. We're almost out of February, so there's that. We're getting very close to spring, which I'm happy about. I cannot wait to get out of winter. I hate winter. I think most people probably agree with that. Maybe you don't. I don't know. I hate cold weather. But anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog, doing very well. Had a really good weekend, 26 million. Beat Call to the Wild, barely though. Barely. They actually put up some stiff competition on him, which is surprising because Call of the Wild looks pretty cringy. I'd rather see Sonic. Now, I can't say if Call of the Wild's bad. I haven't seen it. And to be honest, I have no intentions to see that movie. Could care less. But it did put up a little bit of competition for Sonic. So that's really kind of the big news. Birds of Prey not doing very well either. What are they at? So they're at number 3. Almost 2 million for Friday, 3 million, then 2. Sonic, though, pulling in 12 and 7. But if you look here, Call of the Wild still kind of kept up with him pretty good. So Sonic's doing pretty good. Actually, the really impressive thing here is Sonic is actually sitting at 200 million now worldwide. So not just the domestic gross, it's doing well. It's doing well globally. It's sitting at 200 million. I think that's pretty impressive that it's sitting at 200 million after 2 weeks. Poor old Harley, though. She's chugging along. She's getting there. They're at 173 million. So I think that movie might have made its money back. Maybe it's not flopping so bad as we all thought. But Sonic taking the trophy there. 200 million so far, doing pretty good. But as usual, when we have nice things that people like, the weird kind of, NPCs, Puritans, they want to take it for themselves. They want to have that. So they need to take the normies fun stuff, and they need to inject some of that degeneracy, some of that NPC into it, and they need to add an agenda in there. The agenda's got to come, or it's just not good entertainment, How else are we going to change the minds of people unless we put agendas, politics, all that garbage in every single piece of entertainment? So naturally, they start trying to claim it for themselves, and we see articles like this pop up. Why we think Sonic should and will be happy. Of course, I'm saying the definition of that word there. Sonic the Hedgehog has a history of romance, though he's never been all that interested in women. Instead, Sonic should become an LG icon.
I am shocked. Shocked!
Really, really weird article from The Gamer. Don't really know anything about this website. Seems just like another run-of-the-mill Kotaku Polygon trash website if they're putting out stuff like this. So now we're discussing who anamorphic animals are hooking up with. Maybe the author is into the furry stuff. I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. What I can tell you about this whole pitch that they're doing here, though, not going to happen. Sega is a pretty traditional Japanese company. I don't think they have any plans of hooking Sonic up with anybody. But just for fun, let me show you this article a little bit here. He's never been that interested in Amy. So they point out that Amy, if you don't know, who's not around too much. She made her debut in Sonic CD. Very, very underrated game. If you've never played it, you really, really should. Really interesting story, too, on Sonic CD and Sonic 2 because they were both being developed as Sonic 2. Of course, Sonic CD became Sonic CD, and then Sonic 2 became Sonic 2. But it's actually a really interesting story on how that came about. Basically, two creators of Sonic, they went separate ways. One developed Sonic CD, one developed Sonic 2, so on and so on. But anyway, that's not the story of this video. So Amy, getting friend-zoned, they say. And they say, well, why don't we put him in with Tails? Him and Tails have chemistry. Why don't we hook him up with Knuckles? You have a love triangle. No one wants to watch this, okay? No one wants to watch this. No one wants to play a game with this kind of story. Nobody cares. People want a movie like the Sonic movie we got. They don't want to see him having menage a trois with Tails and Knuckles. But this is what these people think about. how Sonic should be hooking up with dudes and other dude animals. I mean, come on. I mean, why don't you care about the story? This is all these people give a shit about. And it's just like, no one else does. No one cares. But hey, maybe if we infect it with some SJW stuff, then we can say it's ours. Because that's the thing, right? We've claimed it. The normies have claimed Sonic. And taking it back, we own it. But of course, these NPCs, these Puritans, these blue check marks, they wanted Birds of Prey to be the winner. That didn't happen. They tried so hard to make that movie a massive success. It failed. Then they tried to review bomb Sonic the Hedgehog to save Birds of Prey. That failed. So what do they do now? Well, maybe we can infuse it with our agenda and we'll take it back from the normie. I can tell you right now that's not going to happen because of Sega. No matter what Paramount has as far as rights to make movies, I guarantee you Sega has say over what they plan on doing with the character. And if they say, hey, we want to have Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic do some butt stuff, they're going to say no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And then it'll get shot down, and we'll just get a normal movie. Of course, we also have the Washington Post praising the shipping community. I mean, this is what we need to do. So, say, Sonic the Hedgehog's breakout star talks shipping and diversity in the country's biggest movie. Now, here's the thing about Sonic the Hedgehog that a lot of movies don't do right. It actually did diversity pretty good. Okay, we had different groups in there. Agent Stone here, the wife of the main character, and so on and so on. But you know what was good about it? You know what really worked about the way this movie did it? It wasn't a big deal. They didn't call attention to it. They just told the story. If anything, Sonic did it right. But see, the thing is with these people, with these blue checks and all these people, is when you do a movie with diversity or a game with diversity, that has to be a central part of the story. It needs to be its own story in the story. You need to call attention to it, praise it, talk about it, put a sign up. Like you literally need to have another character with an arrow, or like an arrow sign pointing at the other character and draw attention to it. That's the only way that it's done right with these people because they don't know how to do anything creatively. Sonic did do it pretty good. They just told the story. That was it. That's all people want. Good stories, good entertainment. You got it. But of course, instead of talking about that in this article, and they do kind of mention that a little bit, they praise the shipping community, talk about how Agent Stone and Robotnik could have more than just a professional relationship. So, of course, we got to praise the shippers. Shippers are the future. Remember the Raylos, how the media went and just made them the greatest thing since sliced bread and defended them, kind of brushed their garbage under a rug and didn't talk about it, like all the threats that they gave Adam Driver and Adam Driver's wife, because they wanted Adam Driver to really be in a real-life couple with Ray, Daisy Ridley, because these people are obsessed with Ray and Kylo Ren hooking up. So we got to have the real actor and actresses hook up. They did some really disgusting things. Did a really good video on that, by the way. Just search Raylo on my channel. You'll find it. It's a pretty good video, I think. So now we need to praise this community. These shippers, they used to be confined to Tumblr, and then Tumblr went down. So now they've spilled out into all the other social medias. They used to be a confined problem in their little safe space, and now they've just went to everybody's. And now we all have to deal with shippers. So the Washington Post praising shippers, calling them basically the true fans of the movie, which is disgusting. So, they want to take the movie back. The fact that the movie's doing so well, now we need to put a little bit of garbage into it, take it from the normie. Let's put a little bit of identity politics in there, so on and so on. And let's make it a true, virtuous, progressive movie. It's not going to happen. Sorry to tell you that Sega is a very Japanese company, and I highly doubt they would ever sign off on shipping Tails and Sonic into a movie. So forget about it. Not going to happen. They can try, but they'll fail. So now the media is going to switch it around, try to claim the movie is theirs. And it's going to be funny to watch them fall on their face when they realize that Sega has to sign off on stuff, and there's no way they'll ever sign off on Tails hooking up with Sonic. Not going to happen. Sorry. Going to be funny to watch you whine about it. So that's going to be the new push. Then we have the shippers. I'm sure that community will be getting a lot of love. You already see the Washington Post giving them love. So that'll be funny to cover when that becomes a big thing. But anyway, Sonic's still doing good, still making money. The NPC are trying to take it for themselves, but I don't see it working. Sonic is going to stay family friendly. I'm sure of it. So anyway, that is pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Sonic making $200 million? What do you think about the NPCs trying to claim the movie, making it theirs after they failed to destroy it? Let me know your thoughts on that. Throw a like up if you would. Share the video. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you still subscribe. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.